Hey there, Fletcher from All Things Overlanding here, and today I'm going to be talking about a whole bunch of things from a company called Peak Design. Now, these guys have been around for a while. I've heard of them. I've seen their stuff around, but I've just picked up a whole bunch of different pieces of their gear, and there's a couple reasons for it. I'm going to share those with you in this video. I'm basically going to break it into two sections, one of which is going to be phone cases and phone accessories, and the other one is going to be storage bags and packing cubes. So if you want to learn more about the Peak Design's phone case, tripod, mounting bracket for your car, and then a bunch of different storage bags / packing cubes for the packing of your overlanding or camping gear, stay tuned.
When I let you go, I just pull you closer. I can't understand where it came from, but you got it, I got it. It began in the land of the sandstorm. I fought it, though I wanted everything to do with what you give to me. Loosening my grip.
All right, guys, so as I mentioned in the intro today, I'm talking about a whole bunch of gear from a company called Peak Designs. I'm going to kind of walk you through each of these pieces. I've got a number of them, but like I mentioned, I'm going to break it into two sections. So the first section is going to be phone accessories. Now, I picked up 3 different things from them for this, one of which is their mobile case. Now, this thing is just an awesome, very well-designed phone case, and I historically have not been someone that loves phone cases, if I'm being honest. I typically like to have a really thin phone, and what I like about this case is it is very thin. So from a design standpoint, if you look at it, it is actually very well made. I also really like the design, this kind of like almost fabric feeling texture that this thing has. It makes it really easy and nice to grip. And it makes the phone look really nice. It's like a high quality, it's not a cheap, chintzy, plastic looking phone cover. Another thing to point out is this center hole here. This is something I actually saw that it took them a couple years to design this, but this is a more mechanical style mount. So there's actually some of their devices, like if you wanted to mount this on a motorcycle or things like that, they actually come with a mount that has a little small knob in the middle with locking little arms. So you can click this into that and it will hold it outside of just the MagSafe. Now, this does have really strong rare earth magnets, 4 of them located kind of around that mechanical locking area in the middle there. So it does stick to things really, really well, whether it's MagSafe, Apple accessories, or like third-party accessories. I use this on a wireless charging stand, and I mean, it slaps right on there when I throw it on there, which is pretty nice. One of the other things that I got for this is my tripod, and it's actually a funny story because I've been using that everywhere that I go, and I had it down at my parents' house, and I left it down there 2 hours away. So I don't have it for this video, but I'm gonna show you some video here over top of this of that tripod. It is literally one of my favorite things ever. It's about a ½ a centimeter thick, so about the thickness of 4 credit cards. Again, when it comes to phone cases, I'm a big fan of smaller is better, right? So this thing is super tiny. It actually, the legs fold out of it. They've got rubberized bottoms on them, so they're not gonna slip and slide. But again, the fact that it folds up completely flat and then gives you a super adjustable tripod to use when you're shooting videos, or if you are just watching videos. If you wanna throw this up on your desk and put on a YouTube video or something like that, you can use the tripod legs for that. You don't even have to fully deploy the tripod legs. You can just fold it out as sort of like a kickstand for this thing, whether it's in landscape mode or vertical. So it's just super, super functional and extremely well designed. They won a bunch of awards for their design across their product lines. And this thing is definitely in that category of one of the best designed tripods I've ever seen. And again, with that MagSafe connection, it's so strong, it just slaps right on there and you don't have to worry about it falling off. And then the third and final sort of accessory for phones that I got was I actually got the car mount. And so it has super strong magnets in here. It will actually wirelessly charge. So there on the top, you can see that USB-C. So it does take a standard USB-C to charge it. It comes with backup 3M and cleaning stuff. So it makes installing it a breeze, whether you're sticking this thing on your dash via the 3M or sticking it on a window or something like that, maybe on your windshield. It gives you a ton of ways to mount it. And then of course it comes with the USB-C cable and the plug as well, which again, it's really nice that they think about everything, right? This stuff is super well designed. It's amazing quality. And the fact that you can just slap this thing wherever you need it to be, and then magnetically attach and detach your phone while wirelessly charging it in the vehicle is amazing. So getting ready to install this in the truck, but wanted to show you guys before I did that. But definitely a high quality piece of gear and something that will keep your phone secure even if you are off-roading. I go off-roading quite a bit, do overlanding and hit trails and things like that, and you can get a lot of vibration. But with this mount, this thing is so strong, the combination of that with the MagSafe on the back of the phone and that case makes this thing stick like it's glued on. So super high quality stuff. All right, so now let's move into sort of part 2 of this video, which is the storage/packing cubes component of this video from Peak Designs. If you're wondering how these things tie in, again, my channel is about camping and overlanding. So I have a drawer system in the back of my truck, and I throw a bunch of gear in there and I try and keep stuff as organized as I can. But honestly, I'm pretty bad at keeping my stuff organized. That is where these really intelligently designed Peak Designs bags come in. So they have a whole bunch of them. I'm going to show you each of them here in just a second. But the idea behind it is if you had, let's say hiking shoes that you bring with you, but maybe you're wearing regular shoes when you're driving, and then when you get to the trailhead and you want to go out and do a hike, you want to grab your shoes, you have a nice, high quality, extremely well made bag where you can store those shoes, keep the dirt out of your drawer system, keep the dirt into a bag where you can get it cleaned out later. And you can keep those dedicated, stored in your drawer system or underneath your seat or wherever you want in your vehicle, depending on your setup. But again, having ways to organize stuff really well and really cleanly that is high quality and is going to last for a long time is a game changer. So again, I'm just going to kind of walk you through the features and the benefits of each of these things. I'm going to talk a little bit about how I'm going to use them, but I just picked these up, so I haven't even put my stuff in them yet. So I'm just going to walk you through the features and things like that. So if you kind of want to see these things in someone's hand, kind of get a feel for what they look like, how they work, the quality of them, I'm going to show you as much as I can about each of these bags, and hopefully that'll help get you the information that you're looking for in order to make a decision on whether this stuff's right for you. All right, so let's start by talking about their shoe bag. And I know what you're thinking. This is way too small for my shoes, right? Maybe. But what's really cool about this is actually this is designed with its own built-in storage pouch. So you can fold this shoe bag down, which will normally hold, I wear size 10, 10 and a half shoes. They fit in there no problem. You can even get a couple pairs of shoes I've seen people do online in this bag. But when you're not using it, it folds down super, super tiny. So if you're going to be taking hiking shoes or something like that, or let's say that you get them dirty and you don't want to put them back in the back seat of your car or on the floorboards, you can have this little teeny tiny bag with you, pop it out, fold it out, and then put your shoes into it, and you've got a nice sort of mud-proof, water-resistant storage bag for your shoes. Like all Peak Design stuff, it comes with a lifetime warranty, so that's really exciting for me. I prefer brands that stand behind their products, and if they can give me a lifetime warranty like a Peak Designs, or Gerber does something like that, Moonshade does something like that. These are all great companies that stand behind their products and aren't going to let you have a bad experience like a lot of the junky stuff that you could buy on an Amazon or Walmart.com. That's going to fall apart in a few months, right? It's going to get a little wet and it's going to get a little dirty and it's just going to be worthless. Again, for someone like me that likes to go camping and overlanding and things like that, I like to have as much gear with me that I may need as possible, but I want it to take up as little room as I can, which is where this shoe pouch comes in. So let's open this thing up and I'm going to show you what this thing looks like. So again, this bag is built into the inside of it. It's got a little button. You undo the button, and then magically, the entire shoe bag, again, is just stored in here. So once you pop that out, then here is the actual shoe bag. And again, you can see just how big this thing is, right? So to put a pair of shoes in here is going to be a piece of cake. I will put a picture of the dimensions up here on the screen if you're wondering about that. But this thing is made of water-resistant nylon, and the zipper itself is also made of a water-resistant type material with a seal on it so that you don't have to worry about your stuff getting ruined or wet. What I'm actually picturing this thing for is if you are a rooftop tent camper and you're kind of tired of those crappy shoe bags that come with the rooftop tents. I know I never use those because they're always just junk. I actually think I'm just going to put my shoes in this shoe bag, throw them in the side of my tent when I get up into it in the middle of the night. That way it keeps all the dirt and stuff out of my tent, but they're there and easy to get to. I don't have to fumble with a shoe bag or anything like that to try and get my shoes. So this is just an awesome way. And again, the fact that it folds down so small, I can put it in one of my pockets inside my rooftop tent. If I need it, it's there. If I don't, it stays up there. It's just teeny tiny, takes up almost no room. This is going to be a great piece of gear for keeping my shoes dry and protected if it's raining outside, or keeping the inside of my tent clean if I put my shoes inside. All right, and so the final couple of things I'm going to talk about are their packing cubes. Now, these things are awesome. So again, if you are going to be packing things like clothes is what I kind of envision using these for, whether I'm taking them and putting them into like a Rucks bin or something like that, a big size bin. These will help you compress them. They'll help you sort your clothes between, say, like clean clothes and dirty clothes. So if you're on a week-long trip, doing overlanding or camping or things like that, and you want to have clean clothes in one side and dirty clothes in another, you can separate them, and I'll show you that here in a second. There's just a really neat design. They're also expandable and breathable so that you can, open them up a little bit, get more room inside of them. You can also then, once you get your clothes packed in, you can push it down and zip that compression zipper closed so that it will keep your stuff in a smaller footprint, so it takes up less room in your gear. But so let's start with the small packing cube, and I'm going to show you some of the features here. So on this end here, sort of the main end, there are these little handles. And of course, like everything Peak Design, right, they're beautiful, well manufactured, really high quality. So you've got your zippers here, right? And the reason that there are these two sort of handles here is if you just kind of start your zippers a little bit and then grab the two things, you can just easily pull it all the way apart. So it just streamlines and makes it way easier to open instead of having to unzip all the zippers all the way down. They basically designed this in a special way so that you could quickly, easily open it up. Now when you get inside of it, again, it's basically made of the same material as the shoe bag, so it's water resistant, things like that. So with the small bag, you've basically got your big main compartment here, right? Which is that sort of rip openable section. Then on the bottom, you'll see this side zipper. If you unzip that, it actually gives you sort of a matching opposite side. So again, if you had some small clothes, things like that, underwear maybe you keep your clean underwear in this big top part and you switch the dirty ones to this side, but it separates your stuff. So it gives you options as far as how you want to store stuff, how you want to sort stuff. And then, like the other bag, which I'll show you here in a second, there's this other zipper in the middle of the bag here. That is your expansion component. So as you unzip this, you're gonna see this sort of extra material come out here, and it's vented too. So it is sort of see-through. So if you had dirty clothes in there and you wanted some of the stink to get out, you know, if you are stinky, then you can expand the bag with this and it will also let it breathe. Now again, once you pack this down, let's say you put your stuff in there, you've got your clean clothes on one side, your dirty clothes on the other. You zip it down, right? Same with the other side, we get it all zipped up. Now currently we've got it expanded, right? So we've got this expansion opened up. When you get your clothes in there and it's nice and tight, you can just compress it, squeeze it down, and then re-zip the compression part, and it will, you know, sort of act as a cinch, almost like a vacuum bag, to push down those clothes and keep them more tightly compressed so that they don't take up as much room in your gear when you throw this back into your bag, your duffel bag, your drawers, you know, the back seat of your car, whatever it is, it's going to help you compress that gear and keep it just a little bit smaller from a footprint standpoint. So now this is the medium bag, and just like the small bag, I'm going to throw a picture here of the dimensions up on the screen so you can kind of see that. But obviously this one's just a little bit bigger, right? So this would be more for like shirts, pants, that kind of thing is what I'm envisioning. But from a design standpoint, same sort of idea, right? The two tear openable pieces up there. So you undo your zippers, you get really quick access to your clothes. Maybe you put your clean ones on this side. Then on the underside here, there's gonna be another zipper, and that's your separation pocket, right? So then you've got another pocket in here, and then you've got your main pocket on the top. So you've got ways to, again, you got your clean shirts on the top, you wear one for one day, you need to put the dirty one in, you throw it in this bottom sort of separate pocket, you grab your next shirt out of the clean pocket side, and you're good to go. And then again, just like the small sized bag, this one also has a compression zipper here right in the middle. So you're gonna run that down the sides, and it's basically gonna open up this whole entire bag by about 2 inches or so. So it's gonna give you actually quite a bit more room for gear as you go through your week. So again, if you need the extra room, you can expand it. If you don't, you can compress it. If you can squeeze down your clothes a little bit and then zip the compression section, then you can make it even a tighter fit and you can save yourself some room on your gear. All right, guys, so as you saw, that was the Peak Design stuff. There's so much different stuff that they make, and they make awesome backpacks and camera straps, just all kinds of different pieces of cool gear that they really put a ton of time and effort into designing to make them just as good as they possibly can. So definitely worth checking out. I will put links in the description down below to everything that I showed you here in this video, and even some of the stuff that I didn't, that I still am thinking about picking up, that looks really awesome. So if you're looking for Peak Design gear, look in the description down below. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And also in the description down below will be links to all my other social channels. So wherever you want to hang out, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever, click through those links to join the conversation over there. There's also a link to my website where I've got funny overlanding camping themed patches and stickers. So things like don't burn your wiener and it's a hot dog, or I hate people so I camp. Funny stuff like that. So if you're into camping or the outdoors, definitely check those out as well. Then below this video, there's going to be a join button. That's basically just kind of a passive way to support the channel. It also gets you some perks like early access to some of the videos and some custom emojis and stickers and things like that for live chat. So there's a few benefits that come with it, but mainly it's just a no pressure passive way to support the channel if you want to see more content like this, and especially if you want early access to the videos. And then also in the description below is a link to my Patreon, where we've got a 24/7 Discord, it's a more active way to sort of support the channel and engage with me and all things overlanding. So if you're more interested in that, check that out. And then last but not least, there is a link to the Newbie Overlanders Facebook group. Totally free to join, an awesome group of guys and girls that are looking to help each other out and not just, you know, make fun of each other and bully each other. So if you're newer to camping, if you're, you know, getting used to the idea of overlanding, you want to go do more vehicle-based trips, definitely check that group out. Again, totally free to join, and it's an awesome place to learn. But again, thanks so much for watching. I hope that was helpful. If it was, click that like button, and we'll see you next time.